Good. Do either of you have any, because I'm bugging you folks about, if you, I mean, I realize a lot has been addressed, but do you have any questions? Audrey?
What I was having a lot of trouble with was finding...
Because you're having to self-motivate it all, and it's partly because you don't have the environment of the whole scene and the other people, but it's also partly because as an exercise, since you're in an acting class, you don't have to fulfill the scene for the scene's sake. You know, one of the things is there's a book by a guy called Jack Henry Abbott called In the Belly of the Beast, and he's a guy who spent most of his life in prison. He killed a fair amount of people. He's in prison now. I think he's still alive. But he describes in the book what led to one of the murders in prison. And he was considering just giving his shit in this guy, not mortally. But when he saw the guy see the shit and freeze up and be paralyzed with fear, he loathed the fear so much, it was so obscene and so cowardly to him, that he became more violent. He stabbed him about 35 times, and just brutally. And so maybe it's finding hot buttons so that you don't know what's going to move you towards her. But if you find something, you know, maybe it's when she smiles at the left side of her mouth, but you don't tell each other what it is. You just let yourself know that you find that as a trigger, so you're not self-motivating all of it. You know, you're able to, because when you have a scene where your character is, for the first 3 quarters of it, really driving the scene, it still can be a responsive performance.
Mm-hmm. Good. How about you, Elizabeth? Do you have?
I feel like a call as an artist. I feel like this is what I want. This is who I am. This is why. And I don't know how to reconcile those.
Oh, when you say artist, you're talking about because performers.
An actress, just someone that wants to have.
And performer, describe that to me.
Someone that gets on stage in front of a huge crowd and can not suck, basically, and not show. And I feel like my biggest conflict is I have myself and my soul and what I want to share, and for all these people and speaking. I can't reconcile both of those, and I don't.
Yeah, well, that on its own, he definitely doesn't give you any excuse because I know a lot of great actors who are tenfold more paralyzed by that, and yet, you know, you just make the thing that you dream to do, you accept that it's bigger than the other thing, and I didn't speak for the first 5 years of my life, you know, and then, you know, the next thing you know, running around in front of strangers, doing all kinds of I think the answer is do it a lot. I mean, that's always been my thing when people ask me about, you know, going to class and not going to class. Me, I was somebody who really had to go to class. I mean, I went from, you know, what I call a bad actor to a functional actor based on class. And because I felt everything, and I could be natural, you know, like dishwater, but I wasn't interested in the writer's demands. I wasn't interested in an audience's response. I mean, just emotionally, I wasn't really talking to them. You know? Well, I had lived my first years of my life not talking to anybody. So most of my reference was, you know, I'm just fine right in here, you know, and so that's what I was doing there. And, you know, why are you doing it? And then bit by bit it creeps up on you, you know, that you love something. And then if it's love, it's something more than yourself. And it's bit by bit you start, you know, enjoying giving it when you're not getting it, you know. And, you know, once in a while, you can enjoy it. and then pretty soon you can enjoy law and all like that. I think it's, but again, what I was going to say is that people ask me about, should I go to class? I always feel like, whatever you have to do to act. I always feel like, for me, I was a classroom built actor in many ways. A lot of people I was in class with who were equally talented to me and have done very well in their careers, they were there for one reason. It was because they weren't getting jobs, and once every 3 months they'd do a 10-minute audition scene for some agent that's, long since dead and fat somewhere. and now they've got these great careers, but they weren't acting, and so they went back to class to staff. So I think that if you just keep acting, you'll solve your problem.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah.